Business tonight. Yes, the convener of the energy conference, that report you just watched, joins me now in the studio, Managing Director, Media Dynamics Limited, Sydney Akinmoladun. Many thanks for your time, Sydney.
Thank you.
Yes, you chose the theme, Shaping the Future of Solar and Renewable Energy in Nigeria. There's been so much talk about renewable energy in Nigeria. Now, let's weigh this with the income of an average Nigerian. Is it a very expensive venture?
Precisely, the initial investment for solar is expensive. But what we do tell people is you look at the gains, okay? The savings that you make over a period of time. And that's where we're saying if you go green, if you go solar, or you go renewable energy, you tend to make more profits in the future in terms of the fact that you don't get to pay for the equipment once you buy them. And they have a whole lot of warranty compared to some regular electrical equipment. So it's still a viable solution for a lot of low-income earners. It may be expensive initially, but you get to get more gains.
How much does it take? How expensive is it?
It depends. Maybe ranging from as low as 200,000, or even less, depending on the capacity, to as much as even 5 million or thereabout, depending.
Well, that's quite expensive for an average Nigerian. If you say that it could reduce the burden on the national grid and, of course, the expensive cost.
When we talk about the national grid, like we mentioned at the conference earlier today, we're just hovering around about 5,000 megawatts. That's not enough. But what the solar energy does, especially with the mini grids, is that it localizes the energy for the people who are in a particular place. So you don't get to transmit it over, transmission lines that are expensive and all of that. And with what we even talk about, like the solar home systems, you could have that put, on top of your building, rooftops and all of that. And you don't have to spend much after you've done this initial investment. So it's still, for me, the way to go, because the sun is something we get every day, but for the national grid, if we're short of gas, if there are no efficient or adequate water supplies, then you're sure you probably don't get power around you.
Sydney, you say renewable energy, solar is the way to go. What's delaying the government in actually investing in this kind of venture?
That's like $1 million question. Because I keep asking myself the same thing every day. I mean, why is our government not looking in this direction? Government needs to do more, much more than just talk. Right now, there's what we call the mini grid regulation that was passed by the, NERC, and that in itself has come to us as a game changer. It is helping the way people invest. It is helping the way developers of renewable energy, look at the whole, space. And it's helping people get their money back. So investors need to come more into the industry. Government needs to do more, like I said earlier today, by form of rebates, loans, and grants, like they do in some other countries.
All right, you talked about solar as part of this renewable energy that you feel is the way. Now, I know you mentioned, we're talking earlier, and you mentioned some other means, we're talking about wind.
Yes.
Now, in this part of the climb, can we go for wind?
Yes. The truth is that there's a map provided for both for wind and both for solar and some other renewable energies around the world. In the far north, solar is really, really cool because, they got a whole lot of sun there, ranging from about 5 to 7 hours on a daily basis. And if you go down the south, it reduces. So it's a win-win situation because for places where they have a lot of sun, it's great. For places like in the south where they have a lot of wind, in the coastal areas like Lagos and all of that, it's great if, like I was discussing with one of my friends, we're not even looking at offshore, wind energy, which it's, something they do in the UK and other places in the world. We got a lot of water spaces, so we should make use of all this and let's get out of this energy poverty that we're wrangling in.
All right, just before I let you go, what's your next move as regards this?
I think from what we took out from our conference, people need to be more aware of, the fact that it's renewable energy or nothing. A lot of young people need to be brought into the space too. It's not just about agriculture, but I think solar is the next big thing after oil. So if government does more by, letting people have, what the BOI is doing, I think we'll go a long way and do a lot more.
All right, Sydney, one word. Have you taken this to the government?
Yes, we have. We had some representatives today, and I'm sure the governor, the federal government, they're listening, and we hope to see more from them very soon.
All right, Sydney Akinmoladun, Managing Director, Middle Dynamics Limited, and of course the convener for the Energy Conference on renewable energy. Thank you for your time on Business Tonight.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate it. Thank you.